Hello, welcome to part 3 on installing software for HAS tools. Again, this is going to be install steps for Windows users. And today, following our GitHub signup and education account activation and installing Git locally on your own computer. Today, we're going to install GitKraken, which again allows us to kind of bridge between having a nice user interface on our own devices and the cloud, which is GitHub. So to do that, we're going to start out, just GitKraken. Look at that. We get it immediately. We'll go to the GitKraken.com webpage and download GitKraken client free. It will generally make the right choice as to your platform. So in our case, Windows. Here we go. It will tell you what's going on, and the download will begin for me down in Chrome here. Following that, we're going to run the setup as it tells us to, and then this says open GitKraken client and get started with your 7-day free trial. However, we will not be using a 7-day free trial because we activated that education account on GitHub in the first step. So that will give us access to GitKraken for free. And this will just make it nice and easy to get things working with Git. Once you're familiar with the concepts of Git, through GitKraken, it should be relatively easy for you to migrate to using the Git client in VS Code, which, although a little bit harder to get up and running with, uses the same core concepts, or even the command line version of Git, which I sort of alluded to in the previous video. That is generally what I tend to use. Once you know the 6 or 7 different things that you need to know, then you are good to go with that. However, because Git is so complicated, we're not starting with the command line just because it's easier to see what we're doing with a program like GitKraken. So once it's downloaded, you can fire it up, and here we go. So because we have signed up with GitHub, let's go ahead and do that here to connect to the two, as I said. And this will ask you to sign into your GitHub account. So previously I said I signed up with AR Bennett UA, but that is not my actual GitHub account. So I'm going to sign in with just AR Bennett and enter my password, which is quite long, but I hope I got it right. I did not. Oh, that's, geez. Finally, we've done it. And I will save that so I don't have to do that again. But this will bring us to this page, which says success, but it also has this little dialog box here that opens up. If you do not get this, that is okay. You can copy this token, which is actually what I'll show. If you do get this box, use the open GitKraken. But I'm going to not use it just for the sake of anyone who doesn't get that. You can copy and paste that using either selecting or this copy token. And then we'll go back to GitKraken here. And now we can hit this authenticate OAuth thing and paste that in and save our token. Basically, that's just connecting the two. Then once you do that, you can create your profile. Profile name does not have to be the same as GitHub. It can be whatever you'd like. You can choose one of these, whatever, little profile icons, and then you can enter your name and email if you, or as you see fit. So I'll just do Bennett and there we go. create my profile, and then it will ask what you want to start with. And in our case, we're going to start with the repo tab, and boom. Once you're here, you have created your GitKraken account, as well as connected it to your GitHub account. So just to start to explore some things, what we can do is what you can do here is like create new things, or at least through these. Workspaces are something that I'm not super familiar with, but basically it's a way to work with many different things, many different code repositories at the same time, which we will try to do. But from here, the next thing that I would actually like us to do is connect an integration to GitHub. So there are other services which provide similar sorts of services to GitHub that you can also integrate for other services. So again, we're just going to have to sign in, and we won't do that. I will just use my username, and unfortunately it seems I have to type this again. This is definitely why you want to use a password manager, but because I wanted to do this all fresh, I didn't have that set up. Here we go, we can do that. And again, you will be met with a little dialog box that can be used to automatically go back to GitKraken, but I'm going to cancel that as before. If you want, choose that open option. Otherwise, copy this, go back to GitKraken. It will have your token here to log in. Make sure you got things set up. And there you go. You will see your account from GitHub, hopefully connected here. And then the next step is going to be this SSH thing. So SSH, as I mentioned in the very first Git, in the previous video for Git, is basically the way to ensure that all of the files that you transfer to and from your local computer and GitHub are actually protected and secure. So that's the next thing we need to set up. And this provides a nice way to do this. So I'm going to call my SSH key has tools. You can enter whatever name you'd like here and hit this generate key and add. And now you should be good to go to communicate between GitHub and GitKraken using the Git program. And I'm going to stop here, but in the next video, what I will show is how we're actually going to use this setup to get, unfortunately, to use that word again, to pull in the course information, which I've been pointing you to on GitHub, onto your local computer. And so this is how you will find all of the starter codes, all of the assignments, all of the forecast data that you don't download straight from the web. And you will be able to see the slides, any extra notes. You'll be able to see some other things that people in the classroom are doing. And so this is really going to be the way that you are going to connect with the course materials on your own computer from here on out. Okay, so once you've made it this far, you are good to go, and I will see you in the next video to talk about actually getting course materials on your computer with GitKraken. All right, see you.